Okay, let's look at this word problem right here. It says, Lenny mows yards for 3 months. She mows or charges $25 per yard. So if all we said was that part, we don't really know how many yards she mows yet. So then she mows 50 yards per month. So we're going to go back and we're going to reread this because what are her total earnings for 3 months? So we're going to circle 3 months. But $25 per yard and 50 yards. So we're going to have to find out what it is for 1 month. And 1 month would be the 50 times 25. And then we would do it for 3 times because it happens over 3 what? 3 months. That makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 50 times 25. So we could go ahead and do that over to the side. 0, 0, 0. Don't forget your placeholder. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Now, if you are watching this at home, which I hope you are, I'm hoping that you're stopping the video where you need to kind of watch, where you're unclear of what's happening and what we're doing. All right, so now what are we going to do? I'm going to just say this again. The beauty of this is getting your plan before you start trying to attack it. Get your plan. I can't stress it enough. So now we're going to do 1,250 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. So then now we know $3,750 is what she makes in 3 months total. Okay. Now, what am I going to do? How am I going to go up and put this in this grid? Well, can I put commas? No. Do I have even dollar signs? No. So what I'm going to do for this one is just 3750. And I'm going to bubble underneath the 3, the 7, the 5, and the 0. Do I even have to have a decimal point in that one? No, I don't. Because it's just understood. I could do this. I could. But it had to be at the right of it, so that it would mean $3,750 is even. Okay, let's look at the next one. Mrs. Martinez had 9/12 yards of red fabric and then 5/8 yards of striped fabric. So she's got some fabric all together. So I just went ahead and put this down in my little workspace. She used 1/10 of it. So what's my plan going to be? 9/12 plus 5/12. I'm going to put that together, and then I'm going to subtract the 1/10 from it all. So when you add or subtract fractions, you must always have like denominators. Always. So if I count by 12s, 12, 24. If I can't count by 12, 8, 8, 16, 24. And then we're going to change those to 24ths. 12 times 2 is 24. 9 times 2 is 18. 8 times 3 is 24. 5 times 3 is 15. We're going to add the numerators. And that is 13. Regroup with my 1. So that's 33/24. So one thing we could do is we could go ahead and convert 33/24. See how many times we'll drop the 33 in the house, because we're going to divide. How many times will 24 divide into 33? 1 time. So when I do my subtraction, I end up with 9/24. Okay, I could simplify it right now. I'm still not finished, but I'm thinking I may want to do that. How many, the ones automatically come over. How many 3s are in 9? 3. How many 3s are in 24? 8. So now I have 1 3/8 minus 1 1/10. This is a nice problem. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and stack these 1 3/8 minus 1 1/10 and get like denominators. Now I'm going to want to think, well, 80, but is there one that we can get to before that? Think of your multiples of 10 and your multiples of 8. What about 40? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Let's use the least common one. The least common, that's what becomes least common denominator. So times 5 equals 15. Times 4 equals 4. And the 15 minus the 4 equals 11 40ths. The 1 minus 1 is nothing. So my answer is 11 40ths. So I'm going to go back to this problem right here. Hope you can see all of this that I've been doing. I'm going to go back so you can see. Now this is for the other one. You can just stop it at any time and you can put it on pause. Okay, so my final answer for this one was what? 11 40ths. And so that 11 40ths on the grid is 1 1 fraction bar 4 0. And then I would shade in a 1, next column a 1, a fraction bar, which is division symbol also, and then a 4, and then a 0. And the last one you're just going to leave blank. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next problem. And this one is very simple if you understand that you're dividing. When you see sharing equally, 4 students are sharing milk equally. What are they doing? They're sharing equally. So what does that mean? Probably dividing, huh? 4 students. Okay, 4 students are sharing, but what are they sharing? 7 pints of milk. So what goes first? What is being divided? The milk. The milk in the division divided among who? Milk divided among who? Students. Okay, so the milk is what? The milk is 7 divided among 4. So that makes 7 what? 7/4. And that's what will go right in here because it's improper. Improper works. So 7, fraction bar, 4. And the rest would be blank. Again, you can always take a sheet of paper if you want to make sure you only have one item bubbled per column. What is the value of x in this equation? Guess what? I've got the power to move the decimal because I have a power of 10, which is 1,000. So I'm going to, I wrote the problem out below. I'm going to put my number down here. When a decimal isn't in sight, bam, there it is, it's on the right. So then I'm going to be dividing. So since I'm dividing, I'm going to do the dull part of Mr. Dull. I'm going to move it 3 jumps to the left. There's 1, 2, and then there's a 3rd jump. So now my answer is 20 decimal point 400. Well, if I really wanted to simplify that, I could do 20 decimal point 4. That would be correct, or the one up top would be correct. Most of the time your calculator will just, will knock those 2 zeros off because it is still the same. All right, so we're going to bubble in. And 2 blank at the end, double check it, 2, 0, decimal point 4. All right, so now we're going to look at this last problem. I'll zoom in on a little bit. What is the volume of this? What is the base? It's a 3 by 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's a 3 times 3. And what's the height? 4. Again, what's volume? Length times width times height. Hey, the volume, length times width times height. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 4 is 36. And this would be 36 units cubed. Meaning it has 3 dimensions, length, width, and a height. All right, now let's look at this one. Again, your base is going to be what is it sitting on? So that would be a 3 times 2. Then times the height, which is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And you could do cubic units. All right.